For over 1,000 generations, the Jedi Knights were the guardians of peace and justice in the Old Republic. Before the Dark Tower, before the Empire.
If you remain the power of the dark side,
you may fire when ready.
I'll show you the dark side. We would be honored if you join us.
Don't worry, Archer. We're going.
Back it up, but what you have there.
I am a Jedi, like my father. Welcome back to Blah Wars. The hype is here, man. We're getting really hyped up now.
Next level high pitch.
Oh man, it's going to be a few days' time now. What, 4 days? We're going to be in 4 days' time. On the fourth day, we're going to be in the cinema.
Where's it come from? How's it got to this point? This year's gone like that.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, guys. Thank you for joining us for this pre-cum episode. And then the climax is coming on Thursday. We thought we'd get a quick one in because we did 2 commentaries and we didn't really talk that much about the excitement.
No.
We're now at a really interesting point where all social media is completely full with way too much information
You're
about
on
the new
lockdown,
movie.
mate.
I'm on complete lockdown.
I'm not. I've got to promote the show.
Jude's texting me at all hours saying, "Oh man, that's it. Someone's ruined the whole film for me."
Gooch, you know who you are. You know who you are.
People are sending us loads of stuff on social
seen
media.
this? Have you seen that?
And it's
No,
like
we haven't.
screenshots and things. Yeah, we're trying to avoid all that. So I've done a really good job. But I was on YouTube the other day, and
Dangerous. Go on.
I looked down and I saw. Well, I didn't even, it was in the corner of my eye on the kind of, it has a list of videos that are coming up, or like other ones you can watch.
A screenshot or something, yeah.
And on there was a new trailer, and it was like a screenshot. In the trailer was I consider a spoiler. So I don't want to talk about what it was, and you've seen something, but you don't want to talk about what it was.
Well, I haven't seen it. I've heard it.
Okay.
But we're so close. We are like, 4 or 5 days away now.
Yeah. But why are Disney?
the point?
Why the fuck are Disney spoiling their own film? Why are they releasing 20 fucking trailers?
Because they don't understand
One
less is more,
enough.
to be honest.
One trailer is enough. I know that people are excited, but we're already excited. We're not going to be any more excited for it because you've shown us like 30 seconds more footage.
Avengers 2?
Sooner or later, the whole movie's going to be revealed.
Avengers 2, when that came out, I'd seen the film before I saw it. Literally everything was in the trailers. Everything. 20 TV spots we've got now for this Star Wars film.
That's fucking ridiculous.
20.
They need to stop doing this shit. Or we just need to have some way of blocking it out because it's too much, really.
Yeah. Petition. We should petition.
Yeah. Well, we'll see it all again in May when the bloody Han Solo film comes out.
Well, yeah.
But
anyway, enough Solo.
Yeah.
More Jedi.
Yeah, more Jedi. Well, we're going to. Should we talk about? It now seems ironic to go on in detail about.
Well, no, this
predictions.
is the thing. Okay, so this isn't. We're not talking spoilers, right?
No, definitely not.
We're talking. John and I we've gone away. We've each written down 5 things we'd either like to see or we think is going to happen in this film.
Yeah.
And this is just pure speculation. We've not read anything. We've not read leaked scripts. Nothing like this. This is just from our own imaginations, and it's just a little bit of fun and excitement. And hopefully, well, I say hopefully, it'd be amazing if we get some of them right.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we. I mean, it's a difficult film to guess, and also where there's so many spoilers and things out there. I'm very conscious that I'm trying to pick things that I don't think are going to happen. So, but yeah, we've both made a little list. Do you want to reel off one of your points first, or shall I start?
I'll go. Have you got yours written out?
Yeah, I've got mine ready.
Yeah, yours is on my phone. Mine's old school pen and ink boy.
Well, so I'll tell you how the film starts. In my opinion.
Go on then, because you told me this before.
Well, yeah, because I've got this theory. Like every Star Wars film has to begin in space.
Yeah.
But I think this is how I'd do it
Go on.
if I was making the film. Opening titles, crawl.
So we're in space. Opening titles.
Yeah, crawl, all that kind of stuff. Goes through space, and then it pans down. Always. Yeah.
Any inkling to what the text is going to say? The yellow font, the big yellow text.
It's going to talk about all the stuff that's happened in the background.
That's going to be new, mate.
First movie
That's going to be new. There's no filler here.
Yeah.
It's just. Do you think they might mention Phasma escaping?
Yeah,
Phasma's
sure.
escaped,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah,
And they'll
blah,
probably
blah.
talk about the fall of the Republic and what that has effect on. But anyway, you go down and you're not in space. It's actually you're looking at a night sky, okay, above the Jedi Temple, the nice old grand.
On Act 2.
No, I don't know where it is. It's just a. No, it's not an Act 2. I reckon it's somewhere.
Okay,
It's a Jedi
okay.
Temple somewhere. Okay.
Right.
Inside, there are people with their eyes closed meditating, and Luke Skywalker is walking around them, talking
So
to
this
them.
this is a flashback.
Yeah, so the opening sequence takes
okay.
takes place in the past. That's what I think.
So something
There is-
grand.
yeah. Luke Skywalker's meditating with these people, teaching them, and
Yeah.
then he senses something, and then someone runs in and says, like, "We've got a problem," type thing. And then there's a attack, and it's in the form of Kylo Ren and his buddies. Okay, they literally turn up and they massacre everybody. Okay, and so
The Knights
the
of
film
Ren.
begins with this kind of massacre,
Yeah.
which ends with the place sort of falling down and crumbling down, and then Luke Skywalker's hand emerges from the rubble,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
straight to Luke Skywalker standing on the cliff, looking at Rey,
With his hand.
looking at the lightsaber in his hand,
Yeah.
asking who she is, all that kind of stuff. I think that's how we're going to see the flashback, and then through the course of the movie, we're going to hear about that night and the events leading up to that night.
Yeah.
Through conversations between Luke and Rey,
Because
Snoke and Kylo Ren and Rey,
Yeah.
all this kind of stuff.
He's really hesitant, from what I can gather, to bother training her. So you need some backstory as to why.
I reckon he would do
as to
that.
why.
Yeah, sure. I reckon there will be that.
In The Force Awakens, you
Yeah.
know that scene where Luke is looking at the old Jedi, his Jedi temple, and it's all in flames, engulfed in flames, and he puts his hand on R2.
There's a brief scene, but the thing is,
Is
we
that
don't know what
in
that
the
is.
film, or is that in a flashback, or was that in the trailer, the teaser trailer?
No, all you see of him in the Force Awakens was a shot of him sat next to R2,
touching him.
There was no buildings burning down.
And that
It
was in
sitting
a
front of a
flashback, isn't it?
Yeah, it was the bit when Rey touches
Okay.
the lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I mean, yeah, I'd love that to happen.
and you remember that also in that flashback, there's loads of rain.
Yeah.
There's like Rey facing all these people in the rain. So I reckon the bit in the trailer where Luke's laying on the floor in the rain, saying this is not going to go the way you think. I think that line is said to Kylo Ren.
Got you. So that's in a flashback.
Yeah, I reckon that's in a
scenario.
flashback sequence. And then very carefully they've crafted in like pictures of Rey with a lightsaber in the rain,
Swinging it up.
Yeah, I don't think there's any kind of conflict between Rey and Luke Skywalker at all. That's my.
I mean,
other
maybe
Apart from
she's,
some sort
she's
of,
seeing
like-
herself as Kylo Ren in that flashback.
Yeah,
You never know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It could be. Everything is sent. All these things are sent to sort of mislead us. But do you want to give one of your points?
Yeah. It's more of a what I want to see
Okay.
rather than a
Roll-
plot point.
Okay.
I want to see green lightsaber, mate.
You want to see Luke's
I
green
want to see
lightsaber?
the green needs to be seen. I'll be honest. It needs to come out. It's been on lockdown. It's got to be somewhere.
If Luke Skywalker doesn't fight with a lightsaber in this film, I'll be massively disappointed.
Well, he's got a stick.
Because everybody wants to. Yeah, but he's got. Maybe he's just literally thrown it away or something like that. But we'll
Maybe he's
see.
so powerful. So that's the other thing. The reason I brought that up is because I want to see. If we can't see it, he's got to be so powerful that he just doesn't need one.
No. Okay.
He can fight someone with a lightsaber or without a lightsaber, and they've got he can do whatever he wants.
We were talking about his hand and why the flesh had come off, and I've got an interesting theory on that.
Is this point 2 for you?
No, you won't see it, but I reckon Luke Skywalker's been on that island all by himself. He's been wanking away like mad. He's basically rubbed all the skin off his hand and off his knob probably as well, and he's been wiping his cum on Porgs, using them as like wank racks.
What is that? What is that?
That's what I reckon is going.
Brilliant. That's the whole point of porks in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sell them in sex shops after this.
Okay,
right?
another point from me then. Lando Calrissian will not make an appearance.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my other guess. So we don't expect a appearance. That's not a spoil. None of these, by the way, are spoilers. We don't know anything. We genuinely don't know
Especially
anything.
the Porgs
These are
bit.
just my guesses. People want stuff, and I don't think they're going to get it. So I don't reckon we're going to see Lando Calrissian as much as I would love to see him. I don't think he's going to make an appearance in this film.
Yeah, and he's a crap actor, so forget it.
Betty Williams is a smooth, cool actor.
He used to be. No, it's just I imagine him sitting at home in an armchair eating kebabs and drinking white light.
Kebabs, yeah, that's definitely what he's all about. Lobster, mate. All about lobster.
Too much lobster, if anything. So
Another one from you, please.
Right, I want to see Maz. I want to explain a couple of things. Snoke's origin, maybe, or just give a hint.
Yeah.
Because the reason I say that, she's over 1,000 years old.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah. She's clearly been put in this whole trilogy to be the bridge between the ancient and the current.
The reference point.
Yeah. So she says in The Force Awakens, I've seen the rise of the Sith, the Empire, and now the First Order, right?
Yeah.
So
because Lord Senteca would have been that person, but because they kill him off at the beginning of The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Be interesting actually if he's in any flashback sequences, because I don't know if Max von Sydow's done any filming in this movie.
He was a big name to bring in for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
that's mad.
He's a legendary.
And
actor.
Do you remember when that photo came out? Do you remember when that photo came out? The black and white picture with all of them sitting in a ring.
Yeah, that's right.
Ford, Mark Hamill. That legendary.
The script read. Yeah, the first day. Script
and he was
read.
in it, right?
Yeah.
Like, what was it? Just a
did he just literally do his? Did he do his line? He was like, "Okay, I'm going now."
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's just, and Luke's flicking through, going, "Well, I've got."
Fucking hell! Luke's got
anything to say.
I'm gonna go for a toilet. Yeah.
So.
Okay,
I
cool.
think I'd like her, but the other thing is that she needs to explain the blue blade, the blue lightsaber situation.
I don't think we're ever going to get an explanation for that.
But she said,
do you know why?
She needs to.
They put that in the movie The Force Awakens for the reason of nostalgia. Basically, I don't think it should have been. It would be much more interesting if it was Luke's green lightsaber that was found, not the blue one. Yeah. Totally.
Why? Because this is this has got mystery, mate. This is next level mystery.
That blue lightsaber is gone, man. That blue lightsaber is gone.
It did go.
It did go.
How the hell has it come back? How?
They won't explain it. They won't explain it. It's back for nostalgic value. It's back because everybody looks at that and thinks Empire Strikes Back.
I'll explain that at another time. It's got that explanation has to be
okay. Talking of explanations,
go on.
My third point. Rey's identity is not revealed or explained at all in this film. Maybe hinted at, but not explained. We're not going to get the explanation we want or any of that shit.
Oh, well, they've got to keep something for 9.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they'll save that for 9. Because I don't think we're going to. Don't go there with bated breath.
They're not going to. So you don't think they're going to echo something? Like a big twist, like
no, they might say something like, in the trailers, like scenes of her saying, "I need to know my place in all this."
Yeah,
and this something has been with me all my life and whatever. There's all that kind of stuff. Yes, we'll find out slightly more about her, but we're not going to have the answers. Luke Skywalker's not going to go, "Your mum and dad are so and so. You came here. That's why I had to do what I had to do."
That'd be naff if
all
you
that
did
kind
that.
of stuff. Yeah, don't expect any of that. Is what I'm saying. Don't expect an answer. There'll still be loads of questions unanswered at the end of this movie. We'll have new ones as well.
There's got to be a twist in this film.
There will be twists, but I mean, my prediction. We've already talked about that before. The twist will be something like evil characters become good characters become evil. That sort of thing will happen. I reckon it's predictable, but what else can you do?
Yeah.
What else can you do?
There was no twist.
I really hope it's not.
I
really hope it's not that kind of Attack of the Clones.
No, I'm just saying, in a midpoint film in any trilogy,
there's no twist. There's no twist in Empire.
Well, there's a twist in. You could say, yeah, there is.
What's the twist? Oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. Fine. A big reveal.
Big reveal.
Yeah. It's not a twist. A twist would be that at the end of the movie, it turns out that
Darth Vader's Luke's dad. That's a twist, man.
Okay.
It's
not a twist.
There was nothing in Attack of the Clones. It was rubbish. They tried to pull off Count Dooku saying, "Join me, Obi-Wan, and together we can
pretty
destroy."
Good impression.
Crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your third point?
Third point: Leia's death.
Yeah.
Right.
It'll happen in this movie.
Well, it has to. It has to. Right. So originally they were going to have Leia having a huge role in Episode 9.
What, a sausage roll?
sausage roll. She's like
a
enjoying that.
huge Subway.
Huge Subway. She
It's
was
a
like,
Mon Calamari cruiser-sized Subway.
Yeah.
They look a bit like sandwiches.
yeah.
What a missed opportunity for marketing.
Well,
as
they could probably CGI it, so
Yeah.
not it's not all lost. But look, she was meant to be in that, and apparently she had a massive role to play. Mm-hmm. Obviously, she's not anymore.
Yeah.
So
Someone else needs to pick up the.
my thinking was
the role.
My thinking was this: that she wrapped up. The whole film was in the can before Carrie Fisher passed away, right? So
Well,
she would
no. Her shooting had
Her
been
shooting
finished, but
was,
the post-production
fine.
wasn't finished.
Her shooting was, but
They will have definitely done
They wouldn't have-
reshoots or script changes.
but that's it. But she personally wouldn't have done death scenes,
No, exactly.
right? So with
It'll
that
be an
in
off-screen
mind,
death type thing.
It'll be
Won't
an
it? It'll be
off-
like a ship blows up.
That's it.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm thinking, does Kylo do it?
Well,
I'm thinking, does Kylo kill his mum? Mm-hmm. And then the torment of that, he can't handle.
well, that's an interesting point because it brings me really nicely onto my fourth point, my fourth prediction for the film.
Go on.
We've already said that we suspect that this Vice Admiral Holdo, Laura Dern's character,
Yeah.
is a traitor or a spy or something
Why,
like that.
why do you suspect that?
I don't know because she's a new character being introduced at this point with quite senior.
Rankage.
In the second film, there's always a betrayal.
Yeah.
Lando Calrissian in Empire Strikes Back. It has to be somebody like. It has to be like that kind of that character. I reckon she is a sympathiser for the First Order. I reckon. I saw a photo of Princess Leia on set. She's got like a weird bracelet on that looks
She's going
like
to
a
be
kind of
hated,
watch.
this character.
I reckon the watch she's wearing on her wrist is like a gift from Vice Admiral Holdo, and it's like a tracking device and tells Kylo Ren where she is, or the
Okay. First
Order where she specifically is. So I reckon there'll be something like that, some kind of like you know when I don't know what you call it, where somebody puts like a tracking device on someone secretly. It's like you're wearing what you think is a gift, but it's actually harming
Got you.
you.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like that.
This is a double bluff, basically.
Double bluff type thing. Yeah, I reckon they have a really nice on-screen relationship, but she's actually stabbing her in the back
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
So what's your fourth point?
Phasma.
What about
Right, two things. I reckon the helmet's coming off.
Oh, I hope so.
I think we'll see Gwendolyn Christie underneath that. She's too big an actress just to be hidden for an entire trilogy.
Yeah.
It's madness.
Yeah.
So I think probably
There are some on-set photos of her with her helmet off.
Well, I didn't know whether that was just for the shoot, just to say, look, it's me, Gwendolyn.
Yeah. No, I really hope she takes her mask off.
Well, yeah, mate. So do I. I'd like to see I'd like Finn to look her in the eyes, like humanise her a little bit. Maybe it happens during that fight. You know, with that ship's just blowing up around them and all that electricity's happening.
Talking about that fight,
Go on.
I reckon the precursor to that fight is that his new friend Rose gets killed. I don't think she's going to survive the film.
You think?
Yeah, I reckon you introduce a new character, you build up a nice little arc between her and
Finn.
another character, then you kill her off.
Yeah.
I think. I don't really
Really
want her to be
hardcore.
killed off because we haven't even met her yet. But my
I
prediction
always
would
saw
be
her
that
as
they would
the
bring
new-
her in and they kill her off.
Well, I saw her as the new sort of Lando. You know, you bring her through to the following film, maybe.
Okay,
But
I hope so.
the
I really
other-
do hope so. That was my fourth point, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Blimey,
that's my
we're getting
fourth
through
point.
these points.
Yeah. Have you done your third and your fourth? That's cool. We wanted to get through. It's not. We don't want to spend forever on this episode. You know.
It's just a precursor, wet your whistle.
Yeah, exactly. Wet your whistle thing. So I've gone through all my points. I've literally given you all my points. What's your remaining point?
My remaining point number 5. Have you done 5?
Yeah, I've done 5.
Okay, Force Ghosts.
Yeah.
Right. Let me tell you something. If they don't bring Force Ghosts into this film, I'm going to feel cheated.
How are
big
you going
time.
to do it though?
Well, look, a number of points. You didn't have them in the prequels at all. You had a hint of them.
Yeah.
You had Obi-Wan and Yoda talking about Qui-Gon at the end of the
Yeah.
It's been well over 30 years since we've seen one. They're a fundamental sort of plot point in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
granted, you didn't see Obi-Wan in A New Hope, but you heard him. And then as the trilogy gets going, or Luke gets stronger in the Force, he sees Obi-Wan, Yoda and whatnot. So
I think you have to be Force sensitive to see them, because like at the end, Leia doesn't seem to notice the three ghosts.
well, that's it. But I'm thinking Rey had that flashback. You hear Obi-Wan, you hear Yoda in the flashback.
If they're going to do a Force ghost, I really hope it's Yoda.
I think they have
Just
to.
Yoda.
I think Yoda's a definite, because he's such a big.
I'd be disappointed if there's no
marketing.
Yoda in there.
It'd be great to see him as puppet. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it will
Force
be.
Ghost puppet.
I very much expect it will be.
It'd be so good. What a highlight that would be. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, well,
Him
that
just
would be
talking
great.
to-
But I really don't think we're going to see Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker or Obi-Wan Kenobi as Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan.
I don't know. A number of reasons. Why?
Unless it's in flashback form.
Well, I think Obi-Wan will be in this. I think. And I'll tell you why. I think they're using a Marvel model to introduce characters or reintroduce characters for upcoming films. Mm-hmm. They're seed planting.
Yeah.
I think if they bring Ewan back into it, even if it's for a minute of screen time, that's going to get people hyped up for the Kenobi film, right? Yoda, I think they'll definitely bring him in because he's going to sell toys, man. He's going to
That's not
sell.
the reason they're going to bring him
He's
into the
massive.
film. The fans
Also-
want to see him again.
Well, yeah, I know, but they're not stupid, man. They're like, that's
They
why
do
Phasma.
things to
That's why.
market things.
That's why Phasma was in the first one, just to sell stuff, sell merch. You know,
I don't know if it really is. It really is down to
I know
the simplicity of that.
Okay, but fans do want to see him, but also, he's a fan favourite. That's why Vader's helmet was in the first one.
Yeah, but they're in the
fan
first one,
service.
right? There's so much nostalgia in there, and it's in there because J.J. Abrams likes nostalgia.
Okay, the other point is this: Anakin. You know, he's saying the ghost is going
Look
to
at
be
the
there.
bit when, like, fucking hell, how many times were there like callbacks to things? So there was
The
all
Death Star hologram.
Yeah, Death Star hologram. There's a bit where Finn finds the training remote and just throws it aside. It's just like little things like that to make people go, oh,
Yeah, but I liked it.
I know, but the problem is you can't just show us all that kind of stuff and then say it was a great movie because it wasn't. But look at what happened.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, sure, but that doesn't make a great movie. Just including that kind of stuff. The way they did Rogue One was done differently, right? There was no. It wasn't like watching a toy advert.
Well, I don't know, mate. There was like
The Tarkin thing was great.
He doesn't like you.
But you can't say they put Tarkin in Rogue One to sell toys.
No, that's
they
a
didn't
good point.
at
That
all.
was the story
They
arc.
did that because
They
of the
had
story
to.
reason. They put Darth Vader in Rogue One really, briefly, and they did it in such a great way. We got to see inside his home and stuff, which is so
castle.
cool. And then we
Well,
got
that
to see
end
that
scene, mate.
amazing end scene.
That end scene. I tell you what, Ryan
We were talking
Johnson,
to Mark, weren't we, on Talk Star Wars, and he said like, "Oh, I didn't like Rogue One. I just wanted to see more Vader." Well, to be honest, Mark, I don't really. I
Don't
don't.
suck him off.
I really don't think you need any more than that. I think less is more.
Less is more,
Really,
definitely.
in Vader's case, less is more.
Keep you wanting more.
Yeah.
Make
Keep you wanting more,
make-
but don't keep showing us more.
Yeah,
'Cause
'cause
Vader's
otherwise
really
it will
got
just-
little screen time in it,
Well,
and all
you'll
the films.
just you'll get bored, right? Too much ice cream, you start going off.
Oh,
it.
fucking hell, yeah.
So it's like,
I love that he's used like in Empire Strikes Back so much, but he's done. It's regular, but it's brief, isn't it? It's like shots of him. He's here now, and
well, back to
he's killing this guy now.
Back to the
sorry.
Force Ghost stuff.
Yeah.
The reason I say Anakin as well, and the reason I wrote this down was because of that line Kylo says in The Force Awakens. Show me again.
Yeah.
Show me the darkness. Right. Has he revealed himself to him as a dark Force Ghost?
I don't think so at all.
But why would that line be in there?
I think it's more that he draws rage. You know, it's like me saying like having a séance in my house and going like, oh, if anyone's there, give me a sign. And at that precise moment, someone's car alarm goes off.
Right,
it's
so
like
you're
me.
just, like,
I'm
reading
basically
into, like,
I'm
coincidence.
basically convincing myself that someone's listening. So I reckon I don't know what he means. Show me again the darkness and all this kind of stuff. Maybe he was tricked. Problem is, we don't know what he's referring to, do we? We don't know what instance he's referring to.
We do know in the art of
It doesn't make
The Force
sense
Awakens
that Darth
there
Vader's
wasn't-
got a ghost, because Darth Vader was...
Yeah, but that was written down. That was a
converted-
concept. That was a concept.
Yeah, but he was not... He didn't die an evil person, did he? He died a what's the word? Like a...
Redeemed Jedi.
Redeemed character. So... You know, and in the book...
It would not.
In the Force Awakens book, Snoke there's a more extended conversation between Snoke and Kylo Ren when he tells her about how the droid is on the Millennium Falcon in your hands of your father. He said Darth Vader killed the Emperor because of a moment of compassion for his son.
Yeah.
And he made that quick split second mistake, and it cost him the Emperor's life. The Empire fell down. You know, the Death Star blew up. All this kind of stuff happened the moment that Darth Vader made that choice. And what he said, he's telling Kylo Ren, you need to be strong. You need to kill your father. Do not hesitate. All this kind of stuff. So he's basically telling him this kind of stuff. So that is what, you know, I think Kylo Ren is well aware that his father redeemed himself.
Yeah.
That
One
his
moment of sacrifice.
So
brings
why
down
does
the
he?
entire
I mean,
dark.
he sort of worships. I had this theory that maybe Kylo Ren is after Luke Skywalker for a different reason, not to kill him, not to destroy him. Snoke wants him to destroy him.
It's his uncle, man. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, it's his
weird.
uncle. But
It's him versus his family.
I reckon Kylo Ren will get to Act 2 and confront Luke Skywalker in some form. I don't know whether there'll be a fight. I'd like there to be a fight, but I'd rather they had a conversation, or they joined forces, or something. There has to be. I think there's a lot of conflict here in Kylo Ren, and I personally see him turning on his master in this film.
I got a 6 point that I haven't written down.
Right?
That's where I think it's going to go.
Yeah.
I think Kylo Ren will cease to be Kylo. I think he'll be Ben, and he'll seek his uncle out on Act 2, and I think The Last Jedi will end the same way The Force Awakens ended, but instead of Rey,
Luke standing on a cliff, looking a bit annoyed.
yeah,
and,
it's Ben. He turns around and Ben's there going, I'm sorry.
What, if Kylo Ren was a good character, how would he dress? I reckon something like Luke wore in Return of the Jedi, like black.
Yeah,
Very like space jockey type thing.
Yeah, like with his little white flap.
Yeah,
flapping about.
I hope it's not all like flowing robes and whatever, like the old fashioned.
I'm kind of a little
Jedi
bit
films.
narked with Luke's outfit.
Why?
At the end of The Force Awakens. Well, because it was just almost.
It was like white, wasn't it?
It was like Gandalf.
Yeah, like Gandalf. Well, I like that, but rather than him wearing all grey, like Obi-Wan, kind of, all this kind of like cream and
But
brown.
why? It became. It's almost too religious. It's kind of like, well, this is why the Jedi fell in the first place. They were too caught up with their religion and their rules and all that crap.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, and the thing with religion is that people dress up weirdly. Mm-hmm. I think he's doing a lot of that. Mm-hmm. But his new costume that I'm seeing with that sort of like raincoat, sort of, it looks like a barber jacket.
Yeah.
You know, it's all like sort of waxy and stuff.
Yeah.
That's starting to look pretty cool.
I like that too.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Rey going to the dark side. I've got another theory. Speculation. I think Rey has to go and find Snoke to be trained on the dark side so she can balance both dark and light.
That's a cool idea.
I think she has to.
That's a cool idea.
She can't be consumed with
If
Luke
Snoke gets
or-
his hands on Rey, Kylo Ren's not necessary to him anymore.
Of course.
Kylo Ren is literally just a tool.
I think
until something
Ren's
better
going to
comes
see
along.
this. Ren's going to understand that she's incredibly powerful. Snoke's going to see that. Snoke's going to say, right, forget you. Ren's going to go, I've given up everything for this. I've given up everything.
And killed my father for this.
Killed my dad for this. the thing that's really unclear, and I think the thing that needs to be explained a little bit is why the hell did he turn in the first place?
Yeah.
What's that about? You know, saying I'm
Is it just
obsessed
the
with
same?
my
Maybe
granddad.
it could just be the same kind of thing. Like, not maybe you know how like when you're in your 20s, you're kind of rebellious. You become a bit of a bastard. Most guys are like that when they're growing up.
Yeah.
And you kind of become a bit rebellious, don't you? And you sort of go and do your own thing. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the kind of like, I'm sick of being told how to do things by my uncle. I'm sick of tidying my room. I want to be a bad boy.
I mean, yeah, but that's some bad boy action right there, because you've got to think, his uncle...
I reckon he was seduced,
Took down-
seduced or molested by Snoke.
Snoke.
Who must have been an ally at some point. Must have been
Right, okay, well-
like a Palpatine character in that he was close to them at some point, and he had like an evil side.
Who do you think Snoke is? What's his backstory?
I don't know. I don't think he's anyone we know. I think he's like Lor Senteca. He's like a character like that, a character who has a really big role.
He's been around.
In the gap.
Do you think he
between
was
the two
around? Do you think he
trilogies.
was around in the prequel era?
No, I reckon he was around in the.
Mate, he's well old.
Okay, he might be around in the prequel era, but near the end, I reckon he was around during the original trilogy. But he had some sort of Snoke had some sort of role to play after the fall of the Empire politically.
Right. So
Okay.
you think he's from the Senate?
No, not necessarily. The Senate got dissolved and whatever, didn't it? So I don't know. All I know is that he obviously had a massive role in the formation of the New Republic. Yeah. And I think in that time he got very close to the main characters, Han, Leia.
Well, they know who he is.
Yes, exactly. They
Right.
talk about him as if they know him personally.
Yeah.
Okay. I reckon he got close to that lot.
Yeah.
Okay, as an ally, as an associate, as a friend, or something like that.
He's force sensitive, though.
And I
right?
reckon that much like Palpatine, he seduced Kylo Ren in particular. He saw potential in Kylo Ren, anger, the ability to overthrow Luke Skywalker, all this kind of stuff. He saw a potential student there, and that's what I reckon we're going to see or hear about in this film.
I reckon he's a Palpatine clone gone wrong.
That's bullshit. I really don't think we're going to get clones and stuff like that. Because if you're going to do that, why don't you just get the bloke who played the Emperor, Ian McDiarmid, whatever his name is, to come back?
Yeah, I know.
You may as well.
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to see dark Force ghosts in this? The Emperor's ghost?
Wouldn't surprise me. It
See,
would
the
not-
interesting
I
thing is-
it's the Snoke thing. Like, where's he come from? If he was, it seems to me the way it's been set up is he's more powerful than Palpatine.
Oh yeah, I see him as a much more dangerous,
But if
indestructible
but
character.
why didn't he just go and take Palpatine out and get all that power at the beginning?
But we don't know where he's come from, so
Well, it's I mean, we
I don't think he's some sort of. I don't think he's like the old man that goes to wake up Darth Vader in Rogue One.
Dude,
I don't
he's
think
like-
he's any of the Emperor's servants. He may well have been a close advisor or friend or something to the Emperor, but he wasn't a major character in the old days.
Mate, this is the thing. This is the thing with the prequels. The best thing about the prequels is Palpatine.
Really.
Yeah, like just strip everything else away. It's probably the best storyline. How he rose to power. He's clever.
He's very manipulative.
Yeah, it's clever, and that's about it, right? It's a believable story. It's a clever story, manipulative.
Yeah.
Happy, smiley face underneath.
This movie, you know what I don't understand? Where does the casino plays, Canto Bight, how does that fit in to this movie? How on earth does it? Because this movie's got so many different locations. Yeah, we've got this kind of. It looks like the Rebel base is being invaded, and it's like this weird like salt planet with all these crystals and stuff. You've then got the island. You've also got Snoke Star Destroyer as a massive set piece, and you've got now
Looks cool though, doesn't
Canto Bight as well. So you've got so many big locations in this movie, and the movie's going to have to take place in these places at different points. I can't really figure out in my head the sequence of how it's going to be done. I don't know whether certain scenes are from the trailer. I don't know if that's how they start the film, that's how they end the film. I really don't know. I would imagine that traditionally in Star Wars films, there's always a large climactic lightsaber battle at the end of the film, typically, and I reckon that'll be the case here too. But I really don't know. The great thing about it is going into this movie, I have not read a plot outline like I did with The Force Awakens somewhere. I've actually got no idea really what to expect. I've just got a couple of theories, and I have no idea how we're going to get from Luke and Rey being on that island to the final sequence, where presumably it might not even be the final sequence. It might just be a middle act, for all we know. But the 3-act structure is usually how a Star Wars film works. Okay, if you think about in A New Hope, first act Tatooine, second act Death Star, third act big space battle before. In Empire Strikes Back, first act snow, second act Dagobah / asteroid chase, third act Bespin. In Return of the Jedi, first act Jabba's palace, second act Dagobah / Endor, and then third act is the Death Star. Again, and a bit more Endor, but usually you can cut these films into 3s. So also in The Force Awakens, that's a little bit more blurred. I suppose the first act is you meet all these characters on Jakku. Second act is Maz Kanata's castle and Rey being kidnapped. Third act is the big finale on the Starkiller base.
So I'm thinking,
but if they stick with this rule. How does it all work is what I'm trying to get in my head. I don't know if I even want to know. I want to just sort of go in there with no expectation.
I think if you use that as a rule, I think you can work it out. I really do. I think you can kind of do a bit of guesswork. So it's probably not.
I really just hope it does not mirror The Empire Strikes Back too closely.
I don't think it will. Think it will. I mean, the casino, you could say Canto Bight is Cloud City. From looking at the set scenes on that, it looks very prequel. It looks almost like it's set on Naboo.
Yeah,
it really, really does.
And the costumes, and the just the vehicles I've seen, and things like that.
You make an interesting point there about locations, right? I wonder whether this trilogy is going to be the first of its kind where you don't go back to the same planet apart from Act 2.
Yeah.
Right? So if you think of the original. Okay, you go.
No, I reckon the original. I reckon the wherever they are on the Rebel base at the end of The Force Awakens will be in this film.
Okay, fine, and Act 2.
Because literally the Empire, not the Empire, the Force Awakens, the First Order know where the Rebels are, the Resistance are, and they're going to come after them. They're going to come after them.
That's how it's got to start, man.
It's got to start like that. And in that way, it will echo Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
And walkers certainly don't help.
All right. How about this? In the prequel trilogy, Tatooine, we're familiar with that place. Naboo. You go back to Naboo in every single film.
Yeah.
Coruscant, you're familiar with it. You go back to that film in every single film. Tatooine, you're there every single film. And it's kind of like, okay, were they doing that for nostalgic reasons for the original trilogy? Of course they were, right?
Yeah.
Let's just go back to... So, original, Tatooine, tick. Yeah? Death Star, right? Well, we see that in Jedi, so you could say that, go back. What are the new planets that you never revisit? Bespin and Endor. Dagobah you go back to. What else is there?
That's about it.
That's it. So my worry is, this is the problem with the prequels, is they went mental with planets. They did, like Geonosis.
They wanted to show you more of the universe, didn't they?
Yeah, but it just became too much,
and they're all quite drastically different from each other as well.
Precisely,
there's a water planet now, and there's like Naboo with the underworld. It's like a kind of like
Gungan City.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lovely foresty planet.
I mean, and you get to explore the
Kashyyyk as well.
Yeah, I mean, you get to explore the planets in detail in the Clone Wars and in Rebels and whatnot, Lothal and whatnot. But what I'm saying is, I'm worried they're going to do the same here in this one. I'd like to see them go to a planet we know, even if it was just Coruscant, or just somewhere that we know that it's unexpected, rather than just feeding us new planets every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I do get what you're saying.
It's like if someone was to say, you're never going to have what's your favourite food?
I don't know.
Indian.
Yeah.
You're never having an Indian again. How do you feel? How does that make you feel?
Sad.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel about these planets and
I
locations.
see. Okay. Yeah, I get what you mean, but I really don't mind too much. I'm not too precious about locations. I just don't really understand how stuff you see in the trailer. For example,
Mate, for all we know, all the stuff we've seen in the trailer...
Chewbacca flying in the Millennium
be
Falcon.
Borg-hack.
Chewbacca flying in the Millennium Falcon with the Porg next to him. Nobody's in the other seat.
Well, that's the pilot seat.
Yeah, the pilot's seat.
Could be Rose.
No
It's
one's
not
in
Rose,
that.
is it? She's in one
Nobody's
of the
in that. You can see the seat is empty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in the shots. So why is Chewie flying the Falcon by himself?
And who's shooting? The Falcons have got to be shooting.
Yeah, exactly.
So
So
who's
who's
in the-
shooting?
who's
Is it
in the-
Luke? Is it
I'm
Rey?
sure it's just like randoms, like near Num, 9 Num, or whoever it is.
Yeah, we don't know. We just don't know. But look,
Some of this trailer's probably just shot
should we stop
for
talking about the
trailer.
Last Jedi now?
No.
Because it's coming. It's
I
coming
wanna
up.
keep talking.
I want to talk about quickly that we're actually available on another podcast, right?
Yeah.
So we recorded a couple of weeks ago a conversation with Mark at Talk Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mark runs a daily Star Wars podcast called Star Wars TSW Toy Box Daily.
That's some commitment right there.
Oh my god, yeah. But he records these 20-minute daily shows that go out with, and they're talking about literally toy collecting, and he focuses on particular niches, and he makes little series of things. So he's been doing that for really committed, and he also does an hour-long show every month. And it's usually an hour long
Unless it's
show.
with us.
It's a long one, yeah. But we had a chat, and it went on for 2 hours. 2 hours of waffle with us. We talked about collecting and our experiences collecting and whatever. It's a bit of a long conversation, but I think it's quite interesting, most of it. And
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun chatting with him. And
If you're not bored of us, tune in. Get involved.
So if
Listen
you guys,
to John.
well, obviously on Thursday we're going to be releasing the Last Jedi special.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys don't want to listen to that episode because you don't want to know anything about the Last Jedi until you've seen it, I suggest you miss that episode out temporarily, and you go and check out the Star Wars Toy Box episode. So you just have to go on iTunes and look up Talk Star Wars and have a look at their main list of episodes, and you'll see there's one with our name in the title.
But we understand you're tempted. So if you are tempted enough, take the apple and bite it.
Look, I don't want anybody to listen to our podcast and have the film spoiled for them.
It's their choice, mate. They're adults.
It's their choice, but they'll be fucking idiots if they do. if you would rather listen to two guys feed you what happened in the film, like second-hand information about how the film was and explain the plot and everything like that, then you're a fucking moron. Why would you want to do that? Why is that preferable over paying to see a film and not know what's going to happen? I'll tell you this now. When they released The Empire Strikes Back, they didn't fucking release 20 fucking trailers telling us every fucking detail of the film, because the I Am Your Father big secret would have been revealed long before it was at the cinema.
Well, let me tell you
and that
something.
would have
That's the
fucking
problem
really
with this
spoiled
generation.
things.
Bloody internet. Everyone's got it. Instantaneous, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Twitter,
It's
Instagram,
too-
YouTube, Facebook. Too many trailers, too many media channels. All they had back in the 70s was a TV.
Yeah, it's
80s
we've
TV.
got this everything now thing. This kind of on demand, instant gratification. It has massive problems when it comes to things like keeping a blockbuster film plot secret. It's not even that. It's like going on to just opening a bloody news website now, and like a headline alone will ask a question like, "Will Rey turn to the dark side?" It's like, well, why are you even putting that question
No.
in
What
my
makes
head?
me laugh, I'm scrolling through Facebook and I'm like, Star Wars Underworld comes up. Spoiler alert.
In the
Right.
title.
In the title,
well,
and then
fuck
the
off.
reveal in the
I don't-
title. What's the point of spoiler alert
Yeah,
then?
exactly. It's one sentence.
Sort your lives out. Whoever's doing content over there, get it right.
People were doing this on their fucking Instagram pages, like just sticking up not on their page, but literally in our feed or whatever, we would just see a post and it's like the full track list for the movie, the soundtracks track list.
Skip.
The titles of which reveal major. They're called things like tragedy, and like tragedy is like number 9. So it's like
Right. So
okay,
there's a death.
so that means
Brilliant.
that there's at some point there'll
Is
be.
that for real?
No, that's just,
Alright, okay,
I'm just
that's
giving
an
you a
example.
completely.
Because I was going to say you're spoiling it for me in real life.
Yeah, but you know, we talked about this with the Phantom Menace. The reason why that track list is secret is because it reveals
Was
the
it
shape
Qui-Gon's
of the
death-
movie.
death or
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
Qui-Gon's Jinn's noble death,
What?
and it's like what. Okay, that's fine. You've called it that because it's obviously describing that scene. But if you put that on, if you let that information go out there, then people are going to be annoyed. And also, these people who do want to share spoilers and whatever, why do you not think? You know what? I'm going to put it before a.
I know why. I know why they're sharing.
Swipe to reveal. Are they doing it to troll?
Number can't be bothered. Right, lazy. Second, they want the attention. Like they're revealing.
Well, it's not theirs to reveal.
No, I know, but they've got ownership of the content, so they're going to put it out there. And if you're following them, gutted, mate.
Yeah, well,
Do you know what I mean?
that's why I'm not using social media right
Yeah, but
now.
that's the problem with us
So,
doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
You know, I'm taking one for the team. I'm getting involved in the social. Whilst you,
No, I'm not going to get involved. I don't think
bury
you should be
yourself
getting
in a
involved at
hole.
all.
Mate,
I think
I
we
need
should
to
be
plug the
complete on
show.
lockdown. No, the show will plug itself. We release an episode, it's up.
I'm going to do it with a stick from a distance.
We
with
don't
a
have to
finger on
manually.
the end of the stick.
In order to promote Blah Wars or to use social media, we do not have to look at our fans' feeds. We do not have to look at what their posts are and what they're sharing. So, and if people message us for the next week or so until we see the Last Jedi, your messages will not be read. They will not even be fucking seen. You may not. There's no point even contacting us because we're not going to respond to anything.
Yeah.
Disney could get in touch and say, "All right, guys, would you like 2 tickets to the fucking premiere?" And we wouldn't even fucking respond because we would literally not see it. Okay, we're on complete lockdown.
Get to sit next to John Boyega.
John Boy from the Waltons.
Yeah.
John
Boy Walton.
If John Boy from the Waltons drinks Jaeger, it's John Boy Jaeger.
That was
Amazing.
How are your nails?
The synergy.
you got. Let's have a look. Oh, you got splinters. You've been scraping the bottom of that barrel, mate.
Hey, very good. Very good indeed.
Listen.
Yeah.
The first 15 minutes of the next podcast,
Yeah.
the reveal.
Maybe the
are gonna
first 10.
Well, they're going to be spoiler free.
Yeah, totally. You can listen to our if you listen to it if you want to hear us outside the cinema, coming out the cinema.
Yeah.
Our immediate reaction.
Right. So let's set it up. Let's sell this. What we're going to do is we're going to get into London early doors. I've taken the day off. John's got the day off. It's
I'm
all about
freelance,
Star Wars.
mate. Every day's a day off for me.
I know it's lazy. Right. So we get into London. We're going to have some breakfast. Probably won't be able to eat. Well, you won't. You're kind of nervous about it, right?
Literally going to have like a muffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Munch on a muff.
Rug
Anyway.
munch. Yeah.
Anyway.
Talking of which, we wanted to ask about that. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. We're going to be recording our experience queuing up the cinema, maybe asking a few people some questions, getting the hype.
Well, if we do, that may not make it onto this show, but I'll explain why at the end.
Okay. We're going to be watching the film, obviously. Then we're going to come out. We're going to find somewhere really well. We've booked a
We've
recording
got like a studio booked.
a proper recording studio, and then we're going to just spill the beans. So, like I said, if you want to get involved, get involved. If you want to stay spoilers free, just listen to the first 10 minutes. But it's going to be good.
Yeah.
We're going to be hyped up.
We are putting together stuff, extra bonus content, which will not be available on our show. And what we're going to be doing with that is potentially releasing that next year
Yep.
as part of basically we're looking into starting our Patreon thing. So we're thinking of cool ways we can reward people helping us make Blah Wars. We want to take Blah Wars to the next level.
Well, we want to make Blah Wars better, right? We want to give you stuff that you guys want. Don't worry.
We also need to grow
still-
the audience, and in order to grow the audience, we do need to put money into advertising. Otherwise, we basically don't want Blah Wars to have adverts on it. We don't want Blah Wars to have sponsors. We want Blah Wars to remain completely independent.
Yeah,
and in
none of
order
that
to
crap.
fund that advertising, we need a little bit of money put into it, and so if we can offer you guys extra stuff, either extra episodes or like
There'll be merch. There'll be
merch, extra episodes, things like that, and also loads of extra material we make, like audio, video, only stuff you guys can see that are subscribing. Then
exclusive
in exchange,
interviews.
in exchange for a couple of dollars every month or something like that. That would really help us out.
But don't worry, look,
we're
still going to be doing the free
Star
Wars podcast.
Star Wars will still be free every week.
That's just an added extra. If you want to get involved in that, get involved. If not, don't worry about it. But the stuff's going to be cool.
We've got some massive plans, and we've got big aspirations for the show next year. We want to take it into.
I'll tell you what, you wouldn't want to be missing out on some of the stuff we've got planned. You'd be a mug, mate. You'd be a mug, boy.
We've been looking at stats and things like that. We're doing a lot of promotion at the moment, and we realised that a massive audience is London, which is really good to know because London is where we'd ideally like to do a live episode at some point next year, but we'll. Fingers crossed for that. We just need to make sure that we can, even if it's a really small audience, I don't really mind as long as we do one. It'd be really cool to try doing that. And the other place where we're really big is LA. So
which is ridiculous.
Maybe one day we can fly over to LA and they'll say, "What's your reason for travelling to America?" And I'll say, "Blah Wars live in LA."
Don't say that in an airport.
But if we actually do these shows, one thing I definitely want to do is I want to literally personally meet everybody in the audience and talk to them and stuff like that. So
if it's a small audience, sure.
But we're not going all the way to America and then just not meeting the fans over there. We have to.
Fans. We're not, mate. You're talking like we're famous. What are you talking about? No one knows us. No one cares. I'll tell you what. Like we got a couple of regular listeners that listen to us in their car when they go home on a Friday.
Yeah,
that's about it. We haven't got like Mark Hamill going, got to download the next episode of Blah Wars.
Mark Hamill would not listen to Blah Wars. He doesn't understand prequel bashing either. He thinks that the prequels are really good.
Like, he doesn't get dry humour or sarcasm, to be honest. But it's gonna be live shows. Look, we've had downloads in the Middle East. We had 17 downloads in Sydney the other day. That's mental.
Yeah, like all in the space of like an hour.
Yeah.
I don't quite know what was going on. They were all from different addresses as well. So it's as if like a whole gang of people just went, "Wait, let's just
bit weird.
All listen to Blah Wars."
So we're out there, man. We're doing the rounds, and I don't know. Maybe we'll do. Look, if you do another podcast or whatever, you want to get in touch, you want to do some collaboration stuff, that'd be good as well.
All right. Well, 4 days' time. Look out for the next episode. It will be the big one. Between now and then, stay away from them spoilers, kids. And I hope wherever you're seeing it, whenever you're seeing it, you thoroughly enjoy The Last Jedi. I hope it meets all your expectations. And we'd love to know what you think about the film once you've seen the film.
Yeah, get in touch. Tell us.
All right then. So, thanks very much. I've been John Gantini.
I've been Jude Gate.
And may the Force be with you. Bye.
See you later.